So I had a music theory professor who was really into homonyms, words that sound the same but have different meanings and offer different spellings. And he loved to try to create sentences where multiple homonyms would happen in a row. His silly joke was that he was doing it to help non-English speakers. But he came up with a couple of constructions that would get 4 homonyms in a row. And I think that was his record. He would call that a 4-bagger. So an example would be this. One ballerina says to the other, "Do you wear a size 222?" And his other favorite one that he came up with was, there was a meeting of composers and they took a vote on favorite time signature and there were 4, 4, 4, 4. And he would challenge us. Can anybody come up with more than a 4 in a row? More than a 4-bagger? And we did. A friend of mine, we came up with a 7-bagger, and then my brother and I, we came up with a 10-bagger. Both of these were based on his initial construction. So first, the 7-bagger. So a friend of mine came up with this. The 2 ballerinas were sending packages to the eminent African archbishop, and one says to the other, "Are you sending a size 222 to 222? 7-bagger. And then one time on a long road trip where these things tend to happen, my brother and I were thinking about the composer example, and we realized the word 4 can also be a preposition. And we thought, one composer hoped for 4, 4, 4, 4. And then, almost like lightning striking us both at the same time, we realized that the word 4 is also a conjunction. And I swear we came up with it at the exact same moment on this road trip. We looked at each other, hopefully not for long since we were driving, but anyway, we looked at each other and we said almost together, there was a meeting of composers and they took a vote on favorite time signature. And one composer hoped for 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4 would cause it to win the vote. 10-bagger! I'm guessing it's a world record. And it's so funny and goofy to say. One composer hoped for 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4 would cause it to win the vote.